Like, I put my foot down, girl, and I don't ever do that. I don't ever stand on business, but this time I'm standing on it. I'm dancing on it, actually. Ooh, ooh, that's a bar. People should earn that type of access to you. All right, girls. It's been a while, and I've honestly been getting quite a few, where's the podcast? Hop on the podcast. Where's your podcast at? So here I am making a podcast episode because, boy, do I have a lot to spill. I have a lot of tea to talk about today. And hey, Rara. Muévete. My kitty. So I wrote a few things down. I've got quite a bit on my mind. Honestly, I've been hella cranky for the past 2 weeks. Hella cranky. And things in my life that usually bring me joy, like working, no offense to my job because I love my job. I don't want this to come off as like, listen, I'm a human, and work has just been like making me mad lately, honestly. And it never does. It usually never does. And little things about my life that tend to bring me joy, it just hasn't been happening lately. And that's okay. And I'm here to talk about why. Because your girl got into another, I feel like I sound like I have a bubble in my throat. Your girl got herself into another situationship. And okay, Raja. Right. Thank you, my love. Thank you. And I have a tendency to catch feelings very fast, okay? Not a secret. I won't say it's something I'm proud of, which it's something that is a part of me, so I guess there's not really a reason I shouldn't be proud of that. But it makes me want to cry. It does bring tears to my eyes. So we're gonna move around that one. We're gonna skate away from that topic. But yeah, I have a tendency to fall and catch feelings quick, and I very much ignore red flags. Very much. And I very much take what I want to hear. I hear what I want to hear, and I don't focus on what I don't want to hear. And it's to my detriment many a time. It's been to my detriment many a time. And anyways, I wrote some things down. So this is going to be some relationship advice from me to me, because I'm talking to me in the future, but I'm also talking to anybody else who might need to hear these things right now. I'm hoping that this video comes across anybody who needs to hear these things right now, be it I'm going to be speaking from the perspective of a cis woman and cis men relationship dynamic, because that's the only thing that I'm used to. I've never had any other relationship dynamic, and romantic relationship dynamic. I have hella girlfriends, hella guy friends. But anyways, so no, I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody else. I'm not speaking for anybody else's situation. I'm speaking about my situation, things I've learned. Hopefully they resonate, or if they resonate, they help. So lesson number 1. Never show, well, not never. Actually, I'm already rethinking these. What I wrote down is never show your whole hand. But it's like, if you never, well, there are some things that you just don't have to share with your partner. There are some things that you just don't have to share with anybody, actually. You can just keep those to yourself. I have a very difficult time with processing this information. I tell everybody everything all the time, and it's small talk is boring, I think. I don't like small talk. Like, I want to know the ins and outs of your soul. Like, if we're real, like, I need to know all of it. But then I learn too much, and it hurts my feelings. So you can't have it both ways, babe. But anyways, I wrote, keep all your dreams, wishes, desires, weaknesses, kinks to yourself until you know the superficial stuff, all of it, and can recite it well. Bingo, that's the key, babe. That's the key. Because just because, ow, my shoulder. just because you hear something one time and like it was told to you, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to know it well, because that indicates that you know that person well, right? This is just what I'm thinking based off of what just happened to me, okay? Favorite nouns. What's a noun, everybody? Leave it in the comments, please. A noun consists, or there are 3 different types of nouns. People, places, things. Thank you. Give yourself a pat on the back if you knew that. All of their favorite things, all of their favorite places, all of their favorite people. Not all of them, but a good amount of them that you can recite back well, right? This makes you good at gift giving. I'm terrible at gift giving because I'm terrible at small talk. I'm terrible at knowing the superficial stuff. Like even my closest loved ones, like I'm a shitty gift giver because I know how do I explain this? I feel like getting to love somebody is knowing all of the ugly stuff and also the uncomfortable stuff. But the superficial stuff, the stuff that's just like nice to know about people, I'm not good at it. Where these important people live, these family members, these best friends, whatever, where they live, where they're from, it's important to know those things and be able to recite them well. And bonus points for birthdays of family members or favorite nouns of family members, right? Okay. Save the big, important, heavy stuff for those you can really depend on. And that's it right there. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Because of course you want to be able to tell people about your weaknesses and about your dreams and all of that stuff, but not everybody needs that kind of access to you, because you are supplying them with ammunition to use against you. This did not happen to me in this particular instance. It happened to me in other instances, but just access to you that they just didn't earn. It's as simple as that. People should earn that type of access to you because you're valuable. You're the things that make you you are important. It's not just throwaway knowledge. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar. And that just came off the top of my head. I didn't write that shit down. But anyways. Ooh. This is like putting salt in a fresh wound, because mind you, this just happened. This is all of the stuff that's been on my brain for the past like 14 days. Okay? Bear with me. If a man tells you he cannot provide stability, what he really means is consistency. He will not show up for you the same way every time. He just will not do it. It is not a moral failure on his part, or indicative of a bad person. I don't think that's true, but it's something to know if you want to avoid getting your feelings hurt. And it's something to kind of, for me to look inward on, because I still do view this person as like a reflection of myself, which is why I really wanted this to be I feel like I say this all the time, but I wanted this to be the one. I'm a hopeless romantic. I can't help it. Oh my God, I watched Disney Channel. I wanted it really bad. And I have a hard time letting things go. But honestly, this time I've been very strong. I've been very, like, I put my foot down, girl. And I don't ever do that. I don't ever stand on business. But this time I'm standing on it. I'm dancing on it, actually. Doing a little 1-2 on it. Okay? Anyways. Yeah. This doesn't mean that he'll never show up, right? And that's the confusing part for me. That's what confuses me. Because it's like, okay, but you said this. But he also said he cannot provide you stability. So it's like you believed all of the really nice stuff, but the not so nice stuff you were just like in one ear and out the other. And that's that's a me problem, right? So, and I used to have an anxious, oh, that just scared the shit out of me. I used to have an anxious avoidant attachment style also, where I did not, and I feel like still to this day, and I've had these conversations with family members and they don't seem to agree. So maybe I'm just overthinking and being too hard on myself, but I've, I don't feel that I've shown up for my family or friends or whoever, like my loved ones, consistently, like ever. Consistently. I've shown up for them, but not the same way every time. And that's something that, like, is actually, it does, it bothers me on a regular basis. All right. And then the last point. The last point is a more positive one because this, I wrote, there's no need to fight. Disagreements are inevitable, but screaming, wrestling, name calling, storming off, going silent, not necessary. None of it. None of it. None of it's necessary. Calm, level-headed, safe conversations are foundational for healthy relationships and are attainable. And I firmly believe that because that is what I just experienced. What I came out of the last situationship I was in, I don't even want to bring that up. I don't even want to talk about that. But the last, like, serious romantic relationship I was in, meals look so good right now. Oh my gosh. The last serious relationship that I was in, there was no calm, level-headed, I'm going to tell you how I feel and you're going to be chill and respect me. There was none of that at all. So I recognize growth in myself for coming out of a relationship like that, a serious one where I almost got fucking married, where I was engaged to be wed. I came out of that and found myself not in a serious relationship, but damn near. It wasn't long enough to be considered a serious relationship, but I saw it going there, you know. And I'm not alone in that. I would like to believe that that was mutual, and I think that that was mutual, but I don't think that we're not on the same wavelength right now. And I'm talking about this and doing this podcast as I need some kind of catharsis. Acted how I did based on how I felt in that moment, and it wasn't. Let me see. I haven't been exactly handling this in the way that I would like to be handling it, or would have liked, or would like for myself to have handled it. Damn, that was hard for me to say. So this is a way for me to kind of make peace with this, make peace with myself, and kind of understand that you can grieve somebody who's not dead. And I've been doing a lot of that for the past, since 2024. Because I didn't have any real, like, friendship breakups in 2023. I had, like, one, but I knew from the beginning that that wasn't gonna last. But I had a couple that I thought would last, and I really wanted to last. And I had to remove those people. I removed 3 women, 1 man, friendship wise, and then went through a 7-month, not even 7-month engagement, babe. 5-month. Oh my God. A 5-month engagement. That's scary. Ooh, to think that we were engaged longer than we even knew each other, I'm sick. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this, because if anybody is watching this at all or resonates with any of this, you will do so much better when you just learn to let shit go. And I'm still learning. I don't have any of this figured out. This is all shit that I just wrote down like 30 minutes ago. I'm still actively living through this, and some of these opinions might change. These opinions are subject to change because they are opinions, and I am 23, and this is how I feel right now. But thank you guys for listening. That felt really good. And I didn't even have to pay to go to therapy. Now, should I be posting this on the internet? At this point, fuck it. Okay, love you guys. Bye.